welcome guys. On today's video, I'm going to be migrating my CloseBot Classic account to a CloseBot V2 account. And that's pretty much what we're going to do today. I haven't done it before. I have been tinkering with CloseBot V2 for the past 3 weeks because I got access, but I need to now actually move my official account, my super user account. So let's get this party started, guys. See here? This is the button. That's what we need. Let's see what happens. I don't know what to expect yet, so migrate to V2. Let me see. Handle migration myself without help. Get assistance. Migrating with a scheduled migrants assistance call. But from what I last read, I think they're getting pretty swamped. So we're just going to handle it by ourselves, guys. See what happens, okay? So we are aware that it won't work anymore. Workflows don't work in V2. Sub accounts cannot make their own bots. V2 agents won't work until you publish them. All V1 credits will be transferred to V2. V2 has extra usage costs. I think it's like 0.0006 or something in addition per message processing. And then once we migrate this thing, it's over, buddy. Let's see. Let's see. Click the continue button, opening window. I mean, I already had an account, right? This is the one where I was messing with. But I think it's actually already here. Look at that. Let's see what the heck happens, guys. All right. Let's see if there's any agents in here. Let's let it load now. See how long this takes. All right, cool. So it finally loaded up, and wowzers, created it migrated everything over. But what we're gonna do is, this is actually the one that we've been working on recently. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so it didn't connect it directly yet. It did connect all our imported keys that we used, but I'm going to go through here and delete these all and restart from scratch. That way I can show you guys too how I do that. Okay, so let me get that done real fast here. Alrighty, guys, it seems like the migration was complete. Okay, so we're done with the first part here. Now you're gonna want to go in there and disable the CloseBot Classic workflows and go high level. Depending, you probably just have to disable one of them. If you created a lot of custom ones, then there will be more. I already disabled most of them here, but this process message is the one you'd want to put in draft here. Right now it says publish because it's in draft mode, but you would see like put it in draft. You don't want to turn that off. And if you have any other automations, they're not going to work. You'd want to shut them off as well. And another thing you can do, what I noticed is if you're having issues, you would have to uninstall the CloseBot account. But I know some people are having issues removing it, even though it asks for the agency account. But I think CloseBot has already had a fix for that, so just disregard it. But if you do have an issue with that, you'd want to contact the Go High Level support, and they would help you with that. So we disabled this, and this right here is optional. If you have issues, you'd want to do that, okay? So now that we've disabled this, the old CloseBot Classic workflows, we're going to go back over here, right? And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to connect our source, right? Which is going to be the business that we're going to be connecting it to, which is my health spa, right? Add a new source, high level sub account, next, connect. And then here it will ask you to log in sometimes. And if it does, go ahead and log in, and then it'll bring up this page again. And this will actually install CloseBot on our sub account here. Business account. Hit next. Acknowledge. Add the source. Okay, so this particular source section here, this is what actually connects to the Go High Level. All right, so the next thing they're going to be doing is we are going to be adding the AI providers, because what I've noticed with this V2, you need the AI provider also to be able to test inside here. So even if you're not live, you need to have that set up so the bot will actually be able to function in while we're testing it. So the next thing is here, we go to AI providers here. I'm using OpenAI and Anthropic as a backup. So we would go to OpenAI here. Then let's see from here. You would go over here to settings. And then API keys. I went ahead and deleted everything here. Well, I guess I still have one because I'm going to redo them all since I'm moving all my bots over. So create a new secret key here. I'm just going to name it Zen Cryo. Add it to my AI bot here. And then create the secret key. So we get that key here and you copy it. And then we go back to CloseBot. We go to add a new provider. And then we go to OpenAI here. We name it. Doesn't matter here. And then we paste our key and then we add the provider. And that's that one. And let me show you here while I still have you how to do the Anthropic one, Claude. So we go to Anthropic here, left side, API key, hit create key, Zen Cryo, name it the same as the health spot, right? Copy key. Go back to CloseBot here, add a new provider, Anthropic, Zen Cryo. Backup. You can always change them. I'll show you how we'll actually use it as a backup. Putting backup here doesn't actually make it a backup, okay? So, okay, go ahead and add that there. And now we have 2 AI providers to choose from, guys. So now what we're moving on to next is we are going to be uploading our knowledge library. All right, so we're going to go here to this other tab here on the left side. All right, so we're going to go ahead and upload our documents that we used on CloseBot Classic in here. You have options. You can create your text file and just paste everything in here directly. You can web scrape, and from my understanding, that web scrape actually scrapes every 24 hours. I'm not sure. I thought they had talked about it on a call that I had got on, but I'm not too sure. But if it does, that's amazing. So when you update your website, it'll automatically update the information that your bot is kind of looking into to see how to answer the questions of any possible leads or prospects, right? And then the third option here is we can upload. So what I did is I created some files already here, right here. These were the text files that I used. So you see one here, it's for important business information, cryo body sculpting specifically, cryofacial specifically, localized cryotherapy specifically, right? So these are just basically Q&As here. This one here is like a combination of all of them. I was tinkering with it, see if I could just throw it all into one file, but I felt like it's better just to separate them. Go ahead and open. And there it is, right? And now you're probably wondering, well, how do we actually get this thing here? You see where it says sources link right here? We would go back to the source here. Oh, actually, no, my bad, guys. Stay in the knowledge library. And then here we put edit sources. And then we attach the location, which is Zen Cryo right now, right? So that attached one of them. Let's go here, attach the other one. Do that for all of them. And remember, if you have more than one sub account or different ones, you will see them pop up here. But you would have to have added them in the actual sources so they pop up here. Okay. Let's go again. Save it there. And then just so you can get kind of an understanding of what it actually looks like, you can go ahead and preview here. Oh, doesn't always work. I'm sure they're working on fixing that. Let me see. I guess you can just download it. Before they actually had an editing option here a few days ago, and they might have removed it. But anyways, right, so that's it for the knowledge library. And now what are we going to be doing next? Now we're actually going to go back and start working on building the bot, right? So we're going to go back to the agents. Okay, so now it's time to set up our persona. You can do that by hitting the little plus sign here, and then you can start it from scratch. I'm going to show you kind of how I've already built the one since I've been working on V2 for my personal business, my spa. Go ahead and hit edit persona here. And then let's get you a closer view here. Okay, so you can customize your persona. You can add a picture. I actually use ChatGPT to generate this image for me. It's not needed. I don't think anybody actually sees it. The persona name here, you see a little asterisk there because it is important, because if somebody actually asks the bot like, hey, who this is, who's this, it will actually reply with that name. And right here, the internal description is basically kind of like a little summation of what I have the bot do. You know, it's a friendly assistant, it books appointments, stays polite. This doesn't actually matter at all. The bot, the AI doesn't actually reference this. This is just for like us. So once you've done filled that out, go ahead and hit next. And then here, the response delay is at 0, right? And what this means is that you can, let's say it takes normally, 10 seconds for it to respond. That's like the default, right? Whatever you add here, like if you add 5 seconds, it'll take 15 seconds. If you add 10 seconds, it'll take 20 seconds. So this delay is in addition to the lag that it takes for it to do the normal communication. And as far as the frequency AI typos, personally me, after booking thousands of appointments for my health spa, like through text, I've never actually made typos. I actually found myself trying to not make typos. So I'm not really sure if that's necessary. And also, we're not like pretending to be human. This AI, it's gonna actually say, "Hey, I'm an AI assistant. I'm here to help you." So the people who are talking to it are gonna know that it's an actual bot. And then here, how to respond is a very important part here. This is basically like you setting the guardrails of what it to respond to, what not to respond to, things to say or things not to say. And as you can see here, I kind of told it, hey, you're the calm voice of Zen Cryo. One of the guardrails here, look, skip the formalities, no name dropping in the replies. One thing I've noticed with the AI is that once you tell it your name, it'll keep saying your name. So I like to use that there so it sounds more human. And then right here too, it's another guardrail. If the contact asks something not related to Zen Cryo and our services, gently nudge them back to what we do best. So if somebody asks like, hey, what's the, where's Wyoming and what country is Wyoming in? Or, it won't actually answer the question and it'll go back to telling them, hey, so what is it that you're actually interested in? This helps preserve your tokens also. And then also here at the end, don't ask more than one question when you respond. And then down here, you can set the tone, concise, helpful, natural. That's kind of what I'm using. I know that you can use things like bubbly, confident. There's so many things you can do. So you'd kind of want to experiment with them here. But when you start, less is better. Okay. And then go hit next. And then now here, I'm going to show you how I added the providers. The providers that we added earlier, you would go here, click on it there. It adds it here. And then you can actually rearrange these. The one that's on top will be the one that's priority. So it will respond to that one. So let's say OpenAI goes down, but Claude's up and stops working. It'll actually go down to Anthropic and start using Anthropic to respond. So once you're done with that, you go ahead and hit next to confirm. And it kind of gives you the summary of your persona. And then you save the changes. And that's the persona. And now the next thing is going to be, we're going to be setting up the job flow. And the job flow plus the persona create for us the actual agent, right? So imagine Chloe is a person, the job flow is a mission. And together, when a person has a mission, what happened? Become an agent. Let's go. I like it. I like that they call it an agent. I like this little setup here. But anyways, right, so this is the job flow we already set up, but we're going to kind of build a little short one from scratch here for you guys. I'm going to create a new job flow. We're going to name it cryo sculpting, right? Because we're just going to get it to book that. I guess we can move it here to Zen Cryo. That way it's in a group. Next. And then here we actually add the source. Boom. And then we choose the location. Right? And then here under connected sources, This basically, you can filter by tags. Me personally, I like to throw a tag on it before I respond. So I have filter by tags. And then we go down to where it says, I have one AI test. Let me see. There it is. And then that tag would have to be on. So as long as it doesn't have an AI off, it'll check to see if it has an AI test, and then it'll actually respond. And that's what I kind of use when I'm testing it through like my social media. Like if I'm messaging myself on Messenger to see if the booking action is working appropriately. This is what I do before I kind of launch it. That way it doesn't start responding to everybody immediately, because sometimes it responds different in the messenger than it does in the actual portal when you're in here testing the bot. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hit next. And then you have your options here. You can start from scratch. You can have a template, AI prompt. I haven't used that for Marketplace. I'm guessing people will be able to actually sell their bots later here. You might see mine. We'll see. So let's go. Let's go from scratch here and hit deploy. All right, awesome. So this is the new layout here, guys. I love it because it's like a mind map. So you know where to go. Okay, so let me show you a quick little tour of the settings section, right? So here, right there. Okay. So here, if you had multiple personas here, you'd see them here and you'd be able to actually click it. As you can see, there's like a little blue outline that'll let you know which one actually you're using for this specific flow. Now, as far as the sources here, the next step, we've already connected that over there, but you would be able to connect it through here too. When we made the workflow earlier, it asked for this information, but if you didn't add it then, or if you want to change it, you can change it here. As you can see, it has a filter by tags. It needs to have AI test for it to work. If it has AI off, it won't work. AI off is basically the tag CloseBot has been using to either, if people are just basically to turn off the bot. You turn on that tag, turns off the bot. Okay. Now the next thing here is a job information, right? So one of the things we can do is kind of telling them what is happening, right? Like if you put, you just got a message from the contact. They may be interested in our cryo body sculpting treatment services. And then here you can get some business information. I'm going to go ahead and just copy some stuff here I had set up for the other one. It's just basically about the spa. And if you want to prohibit any words, you can do that there as well. And I do see the conversational rescheduling here. I've tried it myself a couple weeks ago. I haven't tried it recently, but it wasn't working too well, but maybe they fixed it since then. I'll check back into it later and I'll make another video on it when I feel like it's fine-tuned and ready to show you guys so it can be used, okay? So for the business information here, just paste that. It's just kind of things that you do, the hours, the emails, things you should know. And then as far as the job flow variables here, to be honest, I haven't really tinkered with this too much here. Actually, everything's kind of grayed out. And then the last tab here is awesome that they added this. It's called enable follow-ups, right? You can add a follow-up to this specific, if they do not respond on a specific objective, and it'll follow up after 5 minutes. You can add more follow-ups. And depending on how much you actually pay for your leads, you may want a few follow-ups here, not 5 minutes after, maybe, 5 hours later, and then maybe 3 days later or something like that. Okay, but for this specific thing here, we're not going to actually use that. Let's remove them here. Hit save. Okay, great. So now we've connected the bot. It kind of gave it a little bit of context of what is happening with the message, right? So the first objective would be, let's see. I like to kind of, let's see. So they're already messaging the business. They're interested in cryo body sculpting because they probably saw one of our ads. So I haven't built a bot specifically for only cryo body sculpting. I created a front desk bot. It was like a kind of like a 4-in-1 bot. But let's see what we can do with this one, just to make it real simple. And let's try to make it under 5 actions. From my understanding, I think they're going to release a free CloseBot version, but you only have a limit of 5. And let's see if we can get somebody booked, which is 5 actual actions, right? So the first objective would be to kind of, let's see, I'm gonna go to one of my other ones in here, and then let's see here. So the title can be have they tried fat reduction before? Anything else? Anything else before? And then here, maybe we can put something like determine if the contact has tried any other fat reduction methods, right? And then there are advanced settings here. We're going to use this extra prompt. Oh, sorry, guys. Damn it. All right, so now we're going to go to the extra prompt here. I'm going to go ahead and copy the prompt I was using before. Remember, guys, you don't actually have to use too many things in the extra prompt. If you go too hardcore, it may like ruin the objective. But basically, you know, what they want. I kind of gave it like, hey, we offer these specific areas. That way you can tell them, hey, which area you want to sculpt, and we offer this. That way it gives them some options before they actually respond. And we can put the max attempts to like 5 here because we actually do want them. Sensitivity, usually set it to 55. And then we save it. So that's our second objective, right? And now the next objective is we are going to want to determine if, in fact, they want to come in for a free consult, right? So the question would be, get an objective here. Let's create the objective here. Be like, do they want to come in for a free consultation? And the short description, determine whether or not the contact would like to come in for a free consultation. Now we can do some extra prompt stuff here, which is actually pretty cool. Right, so this is basically what I tell them about the prompt. On the advanced prompt, in the extra prompt here area, I kind of give the AI a better understanding of what the free consultation is in case they ask. Maybe that one, put 5, 55. Actually, we're going to need it probably higher. I'm going to make sure that they say yes, that they are interested, that they want to come in. Save it. So this is our third objective, right? Let's move them in here. Got a little zoomed in here. Right there. Right. Now the next objective, once they do respond, that they do want to come in for a free consultation, shoot them off to get their name and email. Actually, let's try to get all of them. Okay, so here we're going to do a multiple objective. Get full name. Short description. Determine give context full name. And we're going to add another one here, right? Under the variable. There's a full name variable here, and this will actually fill it out inside of Go High Level. Then we're going to want to get an email, get the contact's email. Awesome. They already have it filled out there for us. And then the next one in here will be get the phone. So move down here, phone, get the contact's phone. And that's it. We don't really need to do any advanced settings besides, obviously, we don't want 99 attempts. Maybe 5 attempts. Because we do need this actually. And then we save it. Boom. That's good here. Then we would shoot that there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now for the 5th objective to actually book them in, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to get the Go High Level booking. We're going to name it, I guess, schedule a free consultation. In the short description, it's going to be book the contact into an available 30-minute free consultation slot. For me, I personally named the CloseBot the one that I'm using, CloseBot book directly to. Just name it CloseBot. And then the calendar ID, I've already retrieved that. You would paste that there. I think they're going to make it later on where you can just add it in here. It'll kind of go into your sub account and know which accounts they are, which calendars they are. But for right now, we got to manually add it. And if you're probably wondering where exactly we do that on Go High Level, let me show you here. So you go to your sub account. Let's see. Let's let this thing load up. Go to calendars, calendar settings, right? And here we should have one called CloseBot. There it is. And then you just be able to click it there and actually get the ID. You'd copy it, and then you'd go back here and paste it in there. And that's it. Let's go for some advanced settings. So actually for right now, let's just leave it empty, and then let's hit save. And then it should stop responding afterwards anyways. Let's do that. Maybe, look, maybe inside of Go High Level, once they actually book an appointment, we can throw the AI off tag in there, and then it'll stop it from responding, the same as this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But with the Go High Level account, you should keep it under 5 just by setting up that workflow that adds the AI off when someone books a consultation on this specific calendar. So that's pretty much it, guys. We did a quick little flow. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with the real thing that I built. This is what I built for MySpa. It's a 3-in-1 bot. So there you go. Let's now we can actually test it, right? You'd want to save it, and then you want to publish it. And remember, once you publish it, it's live. But as you remember correctly, anybody who messages the business, they have to have a tag called AI test to actually work, right? And we can actually test it here real quick to see what it does, right? So look, it says publish it. Let's go. Up here on the right side, start new session. Be like, hello. Let's see what it does, guys. Hi there. Thanks for reaching out. We've seen some. Oh, it didn't actually present herself as Chloe. Yes. No. When are you open? Let's ask it. See what it does. Get out of your way here real quick. First time. All right, I've tried Cavi Lipo before. So it's still on the objective, just trying to figure it out. Now that we gave it a specific answer, I've tried Cavi Lipo. It actually said it was accomplished here, and then move on to the next objective. Thanks for sharing. Is there a specific area you'd like to target with crowd body sculpting? Here you can put my stomach. I don't want them anymore. Okay. Oh, look. For a limited time, we're offering it free. Yes, please. How much is it? What is it? Let's see. How much is it? Let's see what it says. Look, pricing can vary based on your customized treatment plan, which we can discuss during the free consultation. Yes, please. And then from here, it should stop. I don't think it actually, the Go High Level booking will not work through here. Level objective, and it's going to say it just can't do it. You see, right here. But I'm going to load it up on Facebook right now, and I'm going to show you how to actually connect it. Well, I've already showed you how to connect it. Let me show you here a workflow that I created, right? So I went here and I created this little automation in the backend for V2 that when this is what I was using to test it live, because you can't you can't actually test the booking action in the CloseBot testing. You actually have to do it here. So what I did was I created this workflow that if somebody replies through Facebook Messenger, the first name is Domingo, which is me, for testing purposes. It adds a tag called AI test. And then I actually had it send a message here, like it sends it out and then it waits for the reply. Like, hey, I'm Zen Crowd's assistant. We offer crowd body sculpting, you know? So let me show you how that would actually look like. Let's see if it should be working here. Let's see. I had messaged myself when I was testing. Let's see here. Hello. All right. Let's see what it does. There it is, the message. And look, it shot the first message. Hi there, I'm Chloe. I'm Zen Crowd's assistant. Right? And now we're going to ask it. First time cryo. You see how it accidentally shot that message, both of them? It's because I have the auto message. I should have turned that off. But anyways, let's keep going with it. So I'm responding to this message here. Let's see. That's exciting. All right. My stomach and love handles, actually. Let's refresh this here. This doesn't actually automatically refresh, so you have to actually refresh the page. Let's see. Yes, I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. Actually, let's where are you located? Let's see what it does. Because sometimes people ask random questions, right? Or not random, they want to know, but not specific to like where we're trying to get them to go to. So here. Let's see. Just look, gave us our address. Yes, please. I don't know what it did there, right by appointment. It should have said by appointment only. Like I said, all these things you can fine tune in the prompting. So I'm gonna give it my number. You guys better not call me. I don't answer any calls anyways. Everybody's spam likely. Let's see. All right. Email techwiz.com. Okay. If only it would refresh by itself, it'd be awesome. But still, this is kind of so you can look back and then see why it actually responded. So you see, look, we go up here while we're waiting for the response. It says first time trying cryo, right? It's going to say checking, have they tried anything else? Try anything else? And it says the objective was complete, right? And then you can see the log as to why it already responded. Cool. All right, so now it gave us some times. And what we're going to do next here is say, you got anything? You have anything on Wednesday? Throw it off a little bit, right? Because it gave us some recommendations for Tuesday. Oh, here. Oh, here. Awesome. It says, look, we have spots available Wednesday, June 11th to 2 p.m. will work. Let's go. I told him 2 p.m. It should actually book it at this point. I'll probably get the pop-up here. Look, appointment confirmed, Domingo Jaramillo, right on my phone instantly. And then that pushes them into my confirmation appointment reminders. And there it is. We got a book call while we sleep, guys, while you sleep. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And also, I didn't actually mention it. Make sure to join my Skool group. I'll be dropping awesome snapshots and also more specific courses or video lessons on specific parts of CloseBot. Nothing, I guess something a little bit more condensed, smaller in chunks. That way it's easier to digest. This was just kind of like a real, I just hit record and then this is where we're at. Okay, so thank you guys and I'll see you on the next one.